Our next award this afternoon is the Alumni Achievement Award. The Alumni Achievement Award is presented to a College of Communications graduate or friend of the college whose significant contributions to the college or university in terms of time and talent have brought distinction to themselves, the college, and university. To say that Mimi has made significant contributions to Penn State and our college is an unbelievably incredible understatement. She's an alumni fellow, a distinguished alumna, and a Renaissance honoree. She served on the university's board of trustees and was the first woman to serve as its president. She served on a steering committee for Penn State's Grand Destiny campaign, was on the board of directors for the Renaissance Scholarship Fund, and served on the advisory board for the Palmer Museum. In the business community, she's been recognized as the Small Business Person of the Year, the Central Pennsylvania Entrepreneur of the Year, and as a Distinguished Daughter of Pennsylvania. And believe it or not, I'm leaving a lot of other stuff out. She has either an incredibly large mantle or maybe an entire trophy room in her home. Mimi, I don't know what you got, but her work as a leader and as a fundraiser for our college and university, combined with her dedication and success as a publisher and advertising professional, an outstanding member of the community, make her more than worthy of yet another award for that trophy room. So Mimi, clear out some space. Here comes another one. Please join me in welcoming to the stage our Alumni Achievement Award winner for 2015, Mimi Coppersmith. Congratulations.
What he didn't tell you, I thought it was a practical joke when he called me to tell me that I was receiving this award, and we chatted for a while. He's quite distinguished himself. Jane, you're a really tough act to follow. Your message is loud and clear, and while I have some prepared remarks, I can't help but think of the first story that came to my mind as you spoke, when I had the courage to put in writing what I believed was the right thing to do. Flashback 1966, the first year of Town and Gown magazine, and it was my brilliant idea to have a monthly column. I needed a place for my voice. And so my husband, Cy, bless his heart, said, go ahead. And our general manager at the time, go ahead. So I started to write a monthly column called Catalyst, and I spoke about things that needed to be changed. The Elks Club in this community would not accept for membership members of color. I just thought that was heartless. And so I wrote this inspiring, I'm an old debater, this inspiring column, it's time to change and get it done. Well, a leading member of the community called on every advertiser suggesting that they cancel their contracts in Town and Gown, which was the only source of revenue. And we started to get calls from these people canceling their contracts. And we were little people at the time. So one day, our general manager and my wonderful husband, Cy Barish, called me into a closed-door meeting and said, Catalyst has to go. And I said, why? And they went on to say, well, we're threatened. If you want to try to build this magazine, we've got to stop doing it. And forgive me for being off color. I said, okay. You guys don't have any balls. And the issue was over. There has not been a Catalyst in Town and Gown since that time. My only little bit of fun, and it was not my idea, it was the idea of a former employee by the name of Mike Poorman, said, some national magazine had an interview toward the back, and he said, you ought to have lunch with Mimi every month. And he was right. He wasn't right on all things, even though he's right on everything he does here. And that really has branded me. And I'll stop there with the stories, because I do want to try to leave a message if I can. I wanted to stand up here and say, Penn State forever, molder of men and women, my theme song for life. And I really want to thank this institution for admitting me back in 1950 and providing the backdrop for what for me has been a wonderful ride. Lee Corso, not my favorite sportsman, said, "If this isn't one of the best places in America, I don't know where the other one is." This place is my land of opportunity, just as it was the land of opportunity and freedom for my immigrant parents from Eastern Europe. A highway on which my drive to make a difference found its way. To get recognized, formal recognition for this incredibly enjoyable journey makes the trip even more satisfying to this elder citizen. I've had a great life. I've had a lot of losses, but I've had a community that put its arms around me very often and helped me to the next step. And that community is on both sides of College Avenue. From that day, late in August 1950, that I touched down on Happy Valley, then affectionately labeled a cow town, I never found my way out of town, including 2 commuter marriages where I did most of the driving. What a blessing. One of thousands, hundreds of thousands of first-generation graduates. I was the 4th child, but the 4th one to get that the first one to get that baccalaureate degree. And that experience has opened the world to me and to them, and it ignites the fire from within. I believe our very first speaker made that pretty clear too. Your talent determines what you can do. Your motivation determines how much you will be willing to do. Your attitude determines how well you do it. Believe it or not, one of my least favorite football coaches said all that, Lou Holtz. I'm so lucky that State College and Penn State have provided my playing fields to live, love, and be happy, and yes, to be able to make a difference. What a wonderful feeling that is for each of us who can do that, each of the speakers before me, and I'm sure after me. This is a playground, really, and you not only learn, but you live and enjoy very special things. I have to comment on collegian. I'm a saver. I'm criticized a great deal about it, and I'm trying to organize my archives, hoping my children and grandchildren will want to read all this stuff. And oddly enough, last night, the folder on top of my desk where I'm doing this contained the collegian that reported Negro sorority to ask Senate okay. My grandchildren would find that hard to believe. But I remember the places I, as someone Jewish, wasn't allowed to go. I remember when a person of color couldn't get a haircut in State College, and it's not really all that long ago. And Jane, yes, we have a lot of work to do. And it's been going on a long time. And interestingly, this was the top story in that folder. I could go on and on with some of the others. There's something about sexual assault in here, too. Commending the legislature and passing an act. I wrote it, too. Anyway, I don't want to get off because I'll take too long. I told you the Elks Club. Oh, the other interesting tidbit in here, I wrote a little one-paragraph story that reported that the Center Daily was raising its price of its daily issue from 4 cents to a nickel. And what a difference your family, friends, and colleagues make. That's the most valuable tool we all have. I am especially grateful to those who were taken too early in my life, but taught and tolerated me and tempered me. And particularly, and here today, my daughter Nan and her husband David Schwartz, the son I never had, and my friend for, believe it or not, 59 years, Barbara Palmer, as well as scores of Penn State people here and everywhere around us who have helped, touched my life, nurtured, and collaborated with me as I strive to make this always a better place. Christopher Robin, in Pooh's Grand Adventure, said, "You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Thank you for this touching recognition. It has special meaning to me. I'm humbled and grateful. Thank you very much.